Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I hope you've had a very nice day. And this is a day to celebrate love. And that includes, giving yourself some love. So when I went to the grocery store today, I saw they were just closing up the chocolate-covered strawberry dipping station. So I bought myself strawberry-shaped plastic heart full of strawberries that were dipped in chocolate. Yeah, they're going to be delicious with a cup of tea, I think. So I wanted to share with you a finish that I've just had this week. So I did all my I did my hour on each of my projects for the week. Once I got that done, I devoted my time to working on Carpenter Star, which is my Crazy Moose Fabrics February UFO. So I have finished that. So here's my finish. It's 34 by 34. I did the machine quilting on my Bernina, and it was very fun deciding what to do. I did the center star as so, and I decided to make these come out, in the dark blue, and then just some echo kind of quilting in the rest of it. And then, so this is a kit that was in Creative Notions, the subscription box. And it included everything you needed for this top and the binding. So all of that. Well, there was a lot of fabric left over, so I used it to piece for a backing. So here's the backing. Here's the front. These fabrics are very nice, and get a lot of fabrics in here. So I used those leftovers for the backing, but I additionally had these left over. So these are the scraps that I have left over. The dark and the medium and the light. So there's still a lot of scraps left and I used all the scraps. I use a bunch, the back's just scraps. So it's a lot of fabric that was included in this kit. It did have some issues with some of the cutting instructions. So if you have this pattern and you haven't made it yet and would like me to give you that information, I can do that. I already have this logged in my project journal. Here's my starts for February and finishes. And then this was what January looked like for starts and finishes. And let's see. I decided to put the pattern in here in the project book with the pictures of the project. So I could see if I want to make it again, I'll just come here and get the instructions from here. And this is where I have the corrections to the cutting instructions for the next time if I decide to make this again. The instructions for piecing this were wonderful. It taught me a new technique for making flying geese that went slickety split, and I really liked it. And then also using 8-inch squares for making the half square triangles. So you're making 8 at a time with half square triangles, so that made it go really fast too. And this is the leftover binding. So Creative Notions, I did cancel my subscription due to funding. I need to cut back, so I'm not getting it again. But I am really looking forward to seeing somebody's openings for what the February box is going to be, which I believe they're working on right now. And this was a nice project, very nice project, and you get everything in it. If you're going to make it and you don't and you haven't cut the fabric yet, let me know, and I'll give you what I found to be correct measurements for some of the items. And I think the box, it's a bi-monthly box, and I believe it costs $90 every other month. You get a box, and it's $90. And she's taking subscriptions right now, I believe. I mean, you could buy boxes now. So go on her website, Creative Notions Quilt Shop, I believe it is, and sign up for it if you like. And then let me know how you like it. If you're going to be getting it, or if you have gotten it, let me know what you think of it. I mean, if I had unlimited time and unlimited money, this was one of the boxes that I probably would have, kept. But I'm trying to explore, so let's make a bag. So making bag, I'm trying to expand my skills in bag making right now. So that's kind of where my funds are going. So I am moving on now because I still have Saturday and rest of Saturday and Sunday to work on whatever I want before I start all over again with my 1 hour a week for all my other projects. So I'll tell you what I'm going to be doing for the rest of this weekend. I can now move on to my first quarter UFO project that I'm doing with Crazy Moose Fabrics. And that is spinners. And this is also a Creative Notions project that I got in a subscription box. And I did notice the cutting directions use the background fabric for this sashing, which is fine because I'm going to be using sash. I'm going to be doing this quilt as you go. So this requires 25 of these blocks. And I have, I think, 20 made. So I still have 5 more of those to make. And I'm going to be doing a quilt as you go. So I'm going to be quilting each of these blocks all the way out to the end. So this is going to be a different quilt as you go method than I'm doing for the Callie & Co. Quilt as you go. That's going to be with no sashing. This is going to have sashing. So I'm going to be quilting this all the way out to the end. So it's 25 blocks. So I was thinking about the backing. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, this block is 10 inches. So what I'm going to do, it's 10 inches finished. So actually this is 10.5 inches. So I have 10-inch scrap blocks. However, that's too small because this is 10.5. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my 8-inch scrap squares, and I'm going to, because I have a pile this high, I'm going to use those, and I did a test on paper. This is like when you get paper in boxes that's there to cushion things. I save it and I use it for stuff like this. So I made an 8-inch square for the center here. Then I made 2 8-inch squares and just cut them diagonally. And I'm sewing them like this. And I think this will work perfectly because that's how this will fit on here. And then I'll use Franken batting. And I'll probably get rid of all the little fabric batting scraps by doing Franken batting on this too. So I'm going to be working on getting the last 5 blocks made, and then then this was going to require me to do cutting and piecing for the backing, each backing block. But I'm going to be working on that after I get the 5 done. So that's what my next project is. I can work on this as an extra project until March. March, I will then be unveiling my March UFO. And then I won't be working on my first quarter UFO until I get the March UFO done, if I get it done. So I'm trying to get as much of this done as I can this month. So this is what I'm working on for the rest of the weekend. That's my Valentine's Day update. And I hope that all of you have a wonderful weekend. All right. I will talk to you probably next week. After I do my 1 hour of time on all my other projects, I will give you an update on the progress of all of those, and then I'll also give you an update on where I've gotten on my first quarter project this weekend. All right, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you next week.